Yo, what is up, ladies and gentlemen? It's your boy MumboElite. Welcome back to another video, and today we are going to be going over the Saudi Professional League SBC, showing you guys how you can make coins with different trading tips involving this league. I'm going to show you guys how you can save coins if you're trying to get this SBC done, and how you can do it as efficiently as possible. So if you guys do enjoy this video or find anything useful, feel free to smack that like button, subscribe if you're new, and comment down below if you get anything good or if you have any questions on the tips. Now, it went away and it came back. It is now a rare players pack, which I believe is a 50k pack. And it's relatively simple across the board. I'm going to show you kind of the requirements it looks for. Quite a few teams, you only need a couple players from the actual club. So a lot of these are going to be just kind of random players from the league you can throw in. Now, the packs you get from this aren't the greatest in the world, but what it does give you is a bunch of fodder. So I'm just going to kind of go through these, show you which ones have a couple players minimum. You have some teams, obviously, that will give you a full squad that you need. But when you go through this, there's a couple different ways you can go through it. I'm going to show you both of those methods. So this is the league. I believe there is 16 teams total. And a lot of the requirements basically make it where you can use relatively all bronzes. Now, there's going to be a couple instances where you'll need silvers, and I'll kind of show you as we go. But first, let's start with the current price. Now, by the time I'm recording this, it is insanely different on the PlayStation compared to the Xbox and compared to the PC. It's currently about 100k on the PlayStation, about 215k on the Xbox, about 370k on the PC. Reason for this being the amount of cards on the market. If there are less Saudi cards for people to grind on the Xbox than the PlayStation, PlayStation's obviously going to have a lower price. Same thing with the PC. If there's only limited cards and people want to do the league, they're going to buy at whatever price they can. So what does that mean for us? Especially on the PlayStation, we're going to see a bunch of cards getting listed. We're going to see a huge change in price. So if we take a look at my transfer list currently, you'll see we have a lot of things selling, and we are on our way to 10 million coins. Now, how are we doing this? What is the trading tip I would recommend? It's going to vary at the time of day and how hard it is to win bids, but we're basically going to break this up into groups. So first thing I want you guys to do is always check the max buy now. Just kind of see where the market is with the league as a whole. And if we look right here, it looks like a majority of the cards will sell for 200 coins within the hour, besides goalkeepers. Now, it looks like most of these goalkeepers might go to the last minute and sell, but besides that, almost everything will sell within the hour. That means if you would bid 150 on any single card, you'd be guaranteed to make profit, and you could store it in your club if you wanted to, get the cheapest min bid price, which is 150, and you can do this relatively easily. So what I like to do is I like to do a minimum buy now on that of 300 coins. And if you're new to this, you can kind of just check price, compare price if you want to make sure the card you are bidding on is worth the coins or not. For example, if I was going to bid on this guy, I could do a 150 bid, but if I see he's worth 400, if you want to put a 200 down, you could. You'd still be doubling your coins. Basically, what I do is throughout the day, I will just place 150 bids on these guys, store them in my club, forget about them, and then we will come back to them later. Now, silvers, I like to place a 200 bid. Again, you'll want to check the buy now. If you see everything selling for at least 300 coins with the silvers, feel free to put a 200 bid on everyone. If you see it's 350 or 400, feel free to put a 250 bid. It's completely up to you. There's going to be times where these bronze cards are super low. There's going to be times where they're super high. And right now, since a lot of UK people are going to sleep, in the United States, I'm still on the market. It's still early, late afternoon, early evening for me. I'm going to see a lot of these prices start to go up. So this is where I start to get a lot of sales. As you see here, we're starting to double a lot of these for 400 coins for the Saudi silvers that we've been picking up for 200. And a lot of these defenders and just common bronze Saudi cards that we picked up for 150, we're able to get 200, 300, and even up to 500 coins out of them relatively simply. All right, guys, so I went through and I bid 150 on a bunch of cards, stored a bunch in my club, have a lot of silvers for 200 coins that we stored in my club too. This is how I like to make coins on the SBC. Now, a lot of people will ask, Mumbo, how do you make coins on League SBCs if a lot of the packs are untradeable or the tradable packs aren't that good? Just have silver players. It's patience and it's understanding how to do this over time. I'm not trying to rush my way through. What I like to do is mass bid on these cards, and I will sell a lot of these. If I bid 150, I'll try to get them for 250 to 300, trying to double my coins on them. Worst case scenario, I sell them for 200 coins. If you think of it this way, every card that you bid 150 and store in your club, to make those coins back, you need to sell 3 of these bronzes for 200 coins. So it's not that hard. So if you're storing, like, let's say 10 cards in your club, you're able to flip quite a few for 300 coins. It's relatively easy to get that value back. Now, I kind of talked about how not every single team needs a full team. You only need a certain amount of players, and then the rest you can use players from the league. Let me kind of walk you through with one of the teams. So I will show you Alfaya. You need 6 players from this. I currently only have 5, but the same point is going to be proven even if I did have the 6. So for us to finish this, we will need 1 more Alfaya player, and we'll need a team overall rating of 63. Now, this is where the silvers come in. A lot of times you don't need to use the silvers. I typically hold off for doing these. So if I go to, say, Saudi, and I just click whatever I have available, this is where you're going to see a lot of the silver cards pop up. Now, you have 2 things to keep in mind. One, you have a minimum rating you have to hit. For this team, it is 63. And then the other thing you have to keep in mind is the other teams you have left to do. Now, the more you do this, the more experience you're going to get overall. You're going to understand which teams you need to save the silvers for. You're going to understand which one needs all 11 players from the same squad instead of just 5, instead of just 6. Experience is what's going to get you there. For now, you can kind of just do whatever. So what I like to do is I like to use kind of a player who is high 70s and then one who is high 60s. That typically gets the job done for the most part. If you need, like, let's say a midfielder in the mid 60s as well, I'll just kind of throw one in there. So if we look, we'll put him in, put the goalkeeper in. We're already at a 56 rating. So we're probably not even going to need this many silvers. We can kind of adjust as we go. But then I'll kind of go by position, see what we have available, and I'll select cards that I don't think we need for the other squads. And again, sometimes you will use some that have value. Sometimes you'll get rid of a card that maybe is worth 600 coins. The best way to kind of check is compare price before you submit it, just to make sure the card you're submitting is good to go. I typically like going to the lowest cards possible and putting them in, typically because the lower the value, the less coins it's going to be. But we'll compare price quick just to make sure. This card looks like it's going for 500. This might be an example of one I might want to keep and not submit, but we're not submitting anyways. If we did, we'd get ourselves a pack and we'd be good to go. Now, you can kind of do that over and over. One thing I would keep in mind is there's 2 different strategies to go with this method. You can either do the teams that have limited players first, or you can do them last. What I mean by that is I will sometimes, when I'm fresh going through a League SBC, right now we're a little over halfway, so I wouldn't do it at the current moment. But if I was going to start out a League SBC, I would typically go for the leagues where you only need a couple players per team. I would get that completed, and then I would save the teams where you need a full squad at the end. This way, I can start collecting cards from the other teams as I mass bid. I'm not using them in other teams because I only need the ones from the exact one. And then as I finish all the teams, as we get a fresh League SBC, what you'll notice is the teams that you only need 4 in, you'll typically have most of the team ready. That will save you from having to use, like, let's say, El Adala players in this solution. That'll allow you to keep these for this. And it's just a super easy way of getting these submitted and saving as much coins as possible. Again, you will submit cards that are way more value than you think. It happens, but you can kind of go at whatever speed you want. Again, the more you mass bid, the more you sell, the more profit you'll make. I'm not saying you're going to pack anything crazy anytime through, but remember, you get a rare players pack at the end. If you save this during a promo, like let's say Team of the Season's coming up, you get a Prem Team of the Season player that's 95 rated, untradeable in your club. That's going to be a big deal. So doing this over time is definitely going to pay off, and I highly recommend you do them. So hopefully this was useful. If you did enjoy it, feel free to smack the like button, subscribe if you're new, and if you need any more tips, feel free to let me know, dudes. I'm more than willing to explain more on stream. We stream every day on youtube.com/MumboElite, the channel you're currently on. So feel free to hit that sub button. The stream schedule should be in the description. Yeah, we'll catch you next time. Thank you for watching. Alright guys, if you're watching this, you just finished the Saudi video. I'm going to do some gameplay and maybe show some highlights or just talk in general. So if you guys do enjoy this, feel free to stick around. Too easy. Too easy, baby. Mbappe. Oh, let's go. Move your goalkeeper. That's fine. That's fine. Good half. I think it depends what the card is, though. Red card? Wait, why would he stop the play if I was in on goal? I feel like passes just don't go where you want them to. I feel like I say this every single time I play. But I feel like you try to pass to the most open person, and the game will just decide and be like, nah, we're not going to do that. All right, try our time. Neymar's coming in. We're going to win this game. Come on! No. Where I need it to. I can't believe he scored that. How many bounces did it have to happen to get the ball to where it went? Oh no. Here comes my cross again. The most OP thing in the world. I literally don't want to do anything else but Kaká or Ronaldo. Wait, I still have a chance. GG.